Hey market friends. Welcome back to Will of the Market. Today we're tuning into the Federal Reserve speaking circuit, a lot of chatter, clues, and policy signals. We'll walk through the big names, what they said today, quote the most important lines, and decode the tone. Think House of Cards, but with interest rates. Let's get into it. Part 1, setting the stage. Every time Fed officials talk, markets lean in. Because their words, not just their votes, can hint at future moves in rates, liquidity, and guidance. Today's speakers included Stephen Miron, Christopher Waller, and others. Their remarks help us gauge whether the bias is hawkish, dovish, or somewhere in between. Part 2, Stephen Miron. Focus on inflation, not asset prices. Fed Governor Stephen Miron spoke at an Institute of International Finance meeting. He made a striking point. I am not focused on asset price boom in push for lower rates. That is powerful. It signals he doesn't believe rate cuts should be dictated by stock bubbles. His priority is inflation and employment. He also said that real economy conditions, like housing, are more important. Miron, relatively new to the board, has pushed for aggressive rate cuts, including a half-point cut. That stance sets him apart from more cautious colleagues. Part 3, Christopher Waller. Labor weakness supports cuts. Then came Governor Christopher Waller on Bloomberg. His tone was cautiously optimistic for cuts. He noted that available data show ongoing labor weakness, bolstering rate cut case. He argued that GDP growth and jobs are in tension. Both can't stay strong forever. So he favors gradual 25 basis point cuts rather than plunging full throttle. Waller emphasized that if hiring rebounds, cuts might be delayed. But for now, the labor market softness gives room for easing. Part 4, Susan Collins. More cuts needed for jobs. Meanwhile, Boston Fed President Susan Collins also added her voice. She said the job market needs support, and that rising threats to employment justify additional rate cuts. She stressed that while inflation is more controlled now, the Fed must stay vigilant. Part 5, Jerome Powell. Balancing acts and ending QT. Although not speaking today, Chair Jerome Powell remains central. In recent remarks, he said the Fed is in a challenging situation, with a no-risk-free path, as inflation and employment pull in opposite directions. He also hinted that the era of shrinking the Fed's balance sheet, QT, may be coming to an end. Put another way, Powell is keeping his options open, signaling cautious optimism toward easing, but still anchored by data. Part 6, so what's the vibe? The tone is cautiously dovish. Many Fed speakers are signaling cuts, but in measured, step-by-step fashion. Miron is the outlier pushing more aggressive easing. Waller, Collins, and Powell sound like they want to proceed carefully. The market is probably interpreting this as a green light for a 0.25% cut at the next meeting, with room for follow-ups. But no dramatic pivot. It's a bit like The Godfather. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Fed officials are staying close to inflation data, while softly nudging markets toward easing. If you like this kind of Fed deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe. Comment below. Which Fed speaker's tone surprised you most, Miron, Waller, Collins, or Powell? Until next time, may your trades be sharp, your stops safe, and your macro sense sharper than ever.